I'm known as just the hands of YouTube.
I thought that was jade that you're carving there for a second. Just carve her up.
Nope, just dropping a knife a little bit.
So yeah, too bad about Kev.
Yep. Well, you shouldn't be peeing and texting at the same time.
Don't shit your pants and text. Don't take a shit and text at the same time.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do. It was his son's birthday today too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because when we were going to go live Sunday,
Yeah.
he had an event or something he was doing with his son.
Yeah.
And then today he's like, I'm making my kid wants hamburgers for dinner, but it's his birthday, so I'm going to make hamburgers on the grill. I'm like, okay.
He's got his family he's got to deal with all the time too. All you have right now is just your wife, so I got nobody. I got my
Yeah.
cat. Hi everybody, I'm live with Just Carve Rob. Hey Mark.
I think I'd rather deal with the cat than my wife.
Hey, same thing, man. Same thing. Hi Barry. How you
Hi,
going,
Mark.
Tarek?
Tarek came back.
So Just Carve Rob normally is planning to go live with Kevin at Sticks and Stones, but Kevin wasn't able to go live tonight. So me and Just Carve went live. Me and Just Carve went live on his channel, and I said, okay, well, let's try it on my channel because it never worked, and now here we are. It worked.
So, poof.
I think just because Just Carve Rob's got a booster, that's why it worked. Hi Silver. Hi Barry.
Yeah, I just put I got one of them one of them high dollar Watson signal boosters.
I don't know what a signal booster is. I have a couple of them, but it never seemed to work for me.
Well, this is 300 watt.
Oh, okay.
It's a big one. It's a big one. It's not like your little one that you hook to your router and la-di-da to give you more range inside the house. This is meant to this thing's meant to transmit a football field.
Oh shit. Okay.
So,
That's
and I
pretty
told
good.
the guy at Best Buy for $300 and some, this fucking thing better reach out there.
Yeah, well, it seems like everything on your end is a lot better, man. No more pixelation. Everything's smooth. You don't cut out anymore. Well, that's
Great.
pretty good. Yeah.
That's what we're shooting for.
You guys like my high-end microphone here with the painter's tape on it? It's perfect.
Yeah, it's definitely carbon fusion.
Yeah, you just got to get done, right? Just carve rough.
Yeah, when you know if it was just carved Rob, we would use Gorilla tape instead of the painter's tape.
There's dollar store painter's tape too. Hey,
oh boy,
actually, this little fluffer thing here, the microphone noise reduction thing, it flew off. So I tried to super glue it in, but then it fell off again. So I just taped it.
Whatever works, right?
Negative space carving behind me. These are just some of my silly carvings. There's a carving fusion. What's his name? Made me a long time ago. Sign. There's one of the first wood spirits I ever did. Right here. There's Mr. Shithead Man. Is that Grumpy Jesse? There's one of the first koi fish I ever carved. There's Grumpy Jesse.
Oh, he's hanging out, huh?
Yeah, he's just hanging out back there. So this is the wall of. Oh yeah, there's the one of my very first wood spirits. I capped where my thumb is. That would be the Ewok cell phone wood spirit. Yeah, when I finished carving, this was like probably 8 years ago. When I finished carving it, I'm like, man, that's a friggin' Ewok cell phone. I'm never selling that one. so I saved that. Yeah.
I could never carve. Jordy says I could never carve that again.
No, actually, I'm going to get it off the wall and show you. Okay, everybody. So the very beginning wood spirit carvers here. There you go. There's one of my. There's one of my first ones.
That does look like an Ewok.
It's an Ewok. And look, here's a little cell phone antenna when they had antennas. Right here.
Right.
That's the Ewok cell phone. But I talk about in my videos, burning too much is burning your detail away. Well, look right here. So there's one of my.
And you wouldn't believe how quick it does it too, right?
Oh yeah, especially the bark.
It'll burn that stuff away super quick.
Yeah.
Even on like your little carvings, your with cedar.
Oh yeah, yeah. The bird takes it away super quick. Yeah. Excuse me. So I had a good trip to Kelowna. Let's turn my cat. People probably don't want to be looking at my ugly mug, so I got some birch here. This is a piece of that Russian willow that I got. The full round. Got kind of like sticks on it.
I know that looks real nice when you have it polished up.
Well, the thing about this Russian willow rub, when you're sanding it, you know me, I'm lazy when it comes to sanding. I always use my flap sanders, but the grains are so different. Each grain of wood is one's harder, the next one's soft, so it digs in, it sinks in. Your flap sanders. The only proper way to sand this would be hand sanding, so you can go across the whole thing, right?
Right.
Not the end grain, but the face grain, because it just sinks in. It leaves dense. This is birch wood I just got on my trip. I got this because I'm going to make some candle holders this winter for Christmas time. But this one was just lying there like that, so I grabbed it. But look at this. Look how much this cracked.
Oh yeah. That's how I usually paint the end of my birch.
That sucker cracked. But you know, you got a nice clear spot here, right here. Carve wood spare. Got a little crack that way, but it's done cracking pretty well. So it's opened up, so you have less chance of it cracking right in this area. So I figured maybe I'll carve a little wood spirit or something right here. Flatten this off, flatten this little branch off here tomorrow at my tent, and then you can put a hole in there for a little tea light holder. And put a tea light holder up here. I'm gonna make these all these like Dr. Lupo style tea light holders. So I'm gonna be watching some, because you can get like, you get 3 logs, you get one, and then you get another shorter one, then you get another shorter one, so they can be 3, right?
Right. Yeah. Yep.
I pulled out the old bear knife.
The bear knife.
Yeah, pulled out the old bear weapon. This piece is really. You know what was weird? I seen not an alder tree, but an aspen tree that you should wait till you see the Beaver Dam, where you guys were talking about last night on your live rub. Wait
Yeah, the
till you see
beavers.
the size. Wait till you see the size of the trees the beavers take down.
Oh, I know they get pretty good size here.
Do that like how big?
I've seen a tree stump that a beaver took down. It was at least 24 inches across.
Yeah, this one that I showed on my video is 2 foot, easy 2 foot.
Yeah,
24 inches.
It is just amazing that they don't get their head squashed in there, because they don't just like people. We notch each side of the tree and drop it. They go all the way around that thing.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of them where there's only a little tiny pointy thing holding the whole damn tree up, and he's got his head in there chewing away.
Yeah, well, these are big beavers. These are the Canadian beavers, just Rob, the big ones. They got big teeth. You can see the scrape marks just from the 2 teeth. anyways, when I was trying to get to the cottonwood trees to get a better filming, see how if I could get to them, I was underneath a couple widowmaker trees that were leaning like this. So I said, I better get the hell out of here.
Believe it or not, all beavers between Canada and the United States are all Canadian DNA related beavers.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, I heard you saying that about the wolves and stuff. They repopulated them with the beavers.
Yeah, they had wiped out the beavers in the United States, and then they started to go to Canada to get them.
Oh,
And then they decided that they wanted to restock beavers in the United States. So the United States and Canada made a deal, and we got an airplane. I think it was something like 47 beavers are the mother and father, like the Adam and Eve of all beavers in the U.S.
crazy. Hey, Susan.
Hey, Tarek.
Sorry, not live. Just posted a video. This is live.
No, that
This,
was Kevin.
Kevin just posted a video.
Yeah.
Oh, this, when I picked up this piece out of my tent today, it's like, what the hell are these little worms coming out of here? But it's little, what's it called? Friggin' little sap chunks.
Oh,
See,
okay.
look right here. That looks like a little worm, but it's just it's a little sap. Now, what I was saying about the not alder, but what's that? The aspen
Aspen.
wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, aspen. There's lots of aspen that the beavers took down where I was, but one of the aspen trees that the beaver took down had like a bucket on it, like that was stuck in there, and like a tap, like a maple syrup tap inside of it. I was like, what the hell are they? Does aspen have syrup, or why the hell are they tapping an aspen tree?
All trees have a sap,
Oh,
and birch trees are particularly good for medical. You can use the sap if you heat it up. It turns black, and you can use that as a bug repellent.
oh,
I was watching that Alaskan one of them one of
yeah,
them
yeah,
Alaskan shows, Light Below
yeah,
Zero,
yeah.
and the guy had he was running around to the birch trees, tapping the birch trees,
Oh,
and it was it was a springtime, so the mosquitoes were cray cray, man. He cooked
yeah,
up some of that sap with the bark,
yeah,
and it turned out like a black tar.
yeah.
He's like, you just put a little here and a little there and some on your forehead, and there isn't no bugs that will bother you.
Crazy. Because I love the smell of pine sap in the tree. I'll show in the video that I get some pine sap. I got it here too. But I thought maybe about getting a little tin can and trying to cook it, see what it does. If it gets like liquidy, what if I cook it?
It does it. That's what it's called when you cook it. It's called pitch, and that's what they used to seal all the boats with,
Oh, okay.
pine pitch.
But I thought maybe
And
I could maybe make some incense burners out of it or something.
well, hey, you could try it. I just know what the traditional use of it is.
Yeah, I remember back in the day when me and my buddies used to go river rafting. One of the river rafts, actually the one that we just had, like, the inner tubes that you'd buy at the fucking Canadian Tire, but one of them fucking popped from a branch, and my buddy was real creative, so he went up into the forest. We stopped, had lunch, went up into the forest and got some sap and fixed the hole with the sap. He burnt it and then put it on there. So that's what you
Yeah,
need to pick.
the natives have used sap as a glue, like for their arrowheads and that, for a
Yeah.
long time.
Hi, Mark. Hey, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? So I don't know. Should I carve this birch live or what? I don't.
Hi, Mark. In case I didn't say hi.
The only thing about this, you want to try and keep the bark on here, but you just if it came off, you just get some glue and glue it back on. You get brad nail or glue it, put it back on. Let's see. The bark separating that much? Not really. I kind of thought this was not birch, but it's another name of whitewood, not aspen, but alder. But I showed the farmer. He goes, "No, that's birch."
Yeah, it
But it
looks
could
like
be.
silver. Looks like silver birch.
I know I got a whole bunch of this, but when I was editing the video, there was a whole bunch more that I didn't get. I was like, "Shit."
Yeah, I will. I got a sign on the back of my truck says I break for birch trees.
Yeah, but it's all lying there, like nice size, perfect ones like this. Look at this one's all spalted.
That's how I got mine. The road department came through and was cutting back trees for the power lines,
Yeah.
and they hit a big patch of birch trees. And when I was driving by, they're right out by the road. So I'm like, loaded my truck up. I got like 15 nice. Well, I sent you a piece of one. I got like 15 nice 8 foot long, 10-inch round birch.
I'm gonna
And let me
see
tell you
because I've been
something. If you need to start a fire, that you can't beat that bark.
birch bark.
Oh, it burns like crazy.
This is gonna be. I'm gonna cut this tomorrow with my chainsaw. Make this a tea light holder. So you got to kind of offset your wood spirit so the tea light will light up half the face. That's the plan, Rob.
Oh, Jordy's planning ahead. Now we're in trouble.
Yeah. One thing I don't normally do is plan. I
Me
just
either. Just
do.
it. Yep. And however it comes out is however it was meant to come out, right?
Just get shit done. That's the bottom line. Okay? No talking about it. Don't diddy daddle around. Get shit freaking done. Tired of this nonsense. Right
You're
this time,
crazy.
Rob. Shout out to Ben's Studio on the Lake. Yeah, so
That
when I was
sounds that sounds almost like the speech I gave the doctor this morning.
what?
Stop dick stop dicking around with it. Find out what's wrong with it, and let's go to the next stage and try to do something with it.
This comes from Mark the Maker. I was on an extra on a movie set once. They used pine pitch in metal container to smoke the background of whatever they were filming. They were filming the George Washington story. That's very funny you say that, Mark, because I did have some pine pitch here before, some pine sap here before, and I tried to burn it to get my place to smell good, but all I came off of it was black smoke.
Yep. Smudge buckets, they call those.
What?
When you take pine resin or pine tar and
Yeah.
put it in a bucket and set it on fire, make a big smoke bomb out of it.
Oh.
They call them smudge pots.
Well, when I was filming the video the other day, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get some of that pine sap," and I was picking it off the tree and filming it. I was thinking, most people around the world are probably like, "Jordan, it's only pine sap. Relax, buddy. It's not a big deal." Well, I don't give a shit. I just get shit done, right? Just carve out. I don't care what people think. You don't like it, don't friggin' watch it. Then I had my friggin' my old hiking shoes in my underneath my seat, but my seat was folded down. So I just had my steel toe work boots. I put those on. I'm like, that's stupid. If I had my hiking shoes, I probably would have tried to jump through the little river to get to the bark, but I didn't want to. I could have pulled off my socks and rolled up my jeans and walked through it, but I was like, you know what? I'm just too freaking lazy right now. I got enough bark. Just leave it there. It's not going anywhere. Unless people
Right? It'll
go.
be the
I tried to be secret about it, but I gave some clues, like a little bridge that's there. I don't care if somebody wants to go get the bark, go get it. You got to work your ass off to get it.
yeah, they like it's right by the road where you can just jump out and grab a tree.
Well, yeah, and that's what I thought was in Kamloops because Kamloops is full of cottonwoods, and that's where I heard the real big stuff is. But I went to a place, like I googled it. Where's the big cottonwood trees in Kamloops? And I went to this freaking huge. This park was massive. It's like kids playing soccer, adults playing baseball, people everywhere. I'm like, what the hell? no big bark trees around here. I'm in a freaking public park that was bigger than any park that was in Vancouver City. Park was massive. But I seen some gophers there popping out of holes. I should have filmed them. I seen on the trip. I seen what I seen. I seen a couple nice big sized deer just sitting there eating grass in that park. Seen some gophers. I think groundhogs or gophers or something. I don't know. And then I seen some elk on the way home. So that was all
Nice.
right. So I'm gonna put my microphone down. I'm gonna freaking carve a quick spirit in this. Nothing special, just old school one. No eyes, open mouth. Because it seems like when I take my newer wood spirits with the nice eyes and they look more aggressive, those don't sell. But you make the old school ones that look a little bit more whimsical. Those sell better for me, anyways. Because my wood spirits mostly look aggressive. I like them to look like kind of aggressive, like right. Hello, I am here, the wood spirit. Don't, don't bring bad spirits around here. Only good spirits. So this is going to be like an old school kind of open hanging lip, the old hanging lip spirit. I'm going to put my microphone up and you can chat to everybody. So this is on my channel. Everybody doesn't know that this is Just Carve Rob. Well, the good one of my best online friends, and he's got his channel. He's carving a little karate Kevin's wife or something there with his knives.
That's
Rob,
exactly what it is.
yeah, I know. Because I watch all your videos. Okay, thinking that I don't, but I do. Test me anytime you want. I test you, and you don't watch my videos anymore.
I most certainly do.
Yeah, because I got you the other day. I says, "Oh, didn't you see? I showed you that thing." And you're like, "What? I don't think so." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah."
Well,
Yeah.
you know what's weird is I don't get any notifications from you at all. If you
Well,
post a new
here's
video, no notification.
yeah, but here's the thing with old heavy hands here carving fusion, Just Carve Rob. Sometimes I just pump out too many videos. It's hard to keep up too, right?
YouTube can't keep up with you.
No. Two
They,
Feathers said Birch is awesome to carve and the bark is great fire starter to save the bark. Two Feathers. I think I know you, Two Feathers. Hi, Gross.
yeah, I
Big
guess,
David Gross is here. I
I
was
guess,
thinking about the Dave. I didn't give you a shout out. I got a Geordie Journey video kind of coming out tomorrow. I was thinking of it. I seen some Canadian geese too. I was wondering if they're still shitting on your lawn over there. I'm surprised Trump hasn't decided to call them American geese yet.
they're only Canadian geese until they fly into America.
Yeah,
Then
they're
they're
American
American
geese.
geese.
Yeah.
Then they're American geese. Yep. I hear that they're going to have to start getting passports, or they're going to get deported.
What's up?
The Canadian geese, when they fly over, they got to stop at customs and show their passport,
Oh boy.
or they're going to get deported.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Dave DeGrasse.
Yeah. I'll just keep my mouth shut. No, this wood's probably, it's like, look at it, how cracked it is up here. But it's dry up here, but it's probably soaking wet in here. It's a good thing to paint the ends when you got a fresh piece of wood or oil it or something. It will stop the cracking. Bless. But you see, I showed it at the beginning of the video, but I see a crack here, there. But there's nothing really here, so I'm gonna curve the wood spirit where the crack isn't up here, and then kind of tilt it over a bit. Somebody's calling me, but I can't answer that. So, anyways,
Tarek,
I'm gonna put my mic.
Tarek wants to know how we met.
I'll explain how we met. When I first started pumping out my YouTube videos, lots of people were trying to connect me like on Facebook and stuff like that. I just give it like they'd send me a picture of the carvings and I'd give it a heart or something. But then this crazy guy would send me a picture send me little videos holding walking sticks like this with like Cyndi Lauper or Van Halen music cranking in the background, showing his walking sticks. And I was like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? And then I finally said, buddy, who are you? Who are you? And then Rob's like, hi, I'm Rob. And that's how we became friends. And then I finally talked him into starting his good old YouTube channel.
Yeah. What a blessing.
Yeah. So then we've been best online friends ever since.
Pretty much, yeah. We've talked every day since that day.
Probably, yeah. Every morning
I don't.
hello, Jordy. On Facebook Messenger.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna get my camera set up in there. That's the story of just carved Robin. Carbon fusion.
That's it right there.
You gotta cure the wood before you carve. No, you don't have to cure the wood. Sorry, you do not have to cure the wood. You know, I carved lots of wet wood. I don't suggest it with these bits here. With these bits, but this is a little. What are these called? File cards. What is this called? Just
Yep.
carve, Rob.
That's what it's called.
This is called the file card. It's a file sharpener, but you can see there that it's pulling out the bits. But this is what I used. You know, if this bit gets plugged up when you carve in the wet wood, I just tap it with this, and it gets rid of the shit. I don't care. People say, "Oh, you make your burs dull." Listen here, Mister Karen, the scientist that say that. I've been carving for 9 years with. I've been carving 9 years with these Kutzall bits. You know, this works perfectly fine for me. If you want to know how you get these burrs really dull, you plug them up with sawdust, so they're all plugged up, and you keep on carving. What happens is you really heat up the steel, and that's when you'll melt the tips. Do you know how I know? Because I used to do it. Okay? So this works perfectly fine for me. It does not dull my bits.
Yeah, even a plain old wire brush or a brass brush works good.
Well, they suggest to use the brass brush, or they suggest to burn it, or Matt Carve suggests to soak it overnight. I'm not that guy that has time to soak my burrs overnight.
Right. Yep. Where'd you go? You left us. Somebody must really be calling him hard. We'll see if he comes back or if I get a message. He's like, I had enough. You're interrupting me, just Rob. It's one of Jordy's pet peeves if you cut him off when he's talking. Oh, boy. Hey, Perry. Anyway, Susan. Well, Jordan. Oh,
Sorry, I'm
back.
here.
There he is. He's back.
You there, Rob?
You there? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I can see your hand, but I don't hear you. You don't have no, no talking. Can't hear you. No. No talking. Oh, there he goes again. Oh, he's back. No.
Can you hear me?
No. You're really low. You're really low. It's low.
Can you hear me?
Barely, yeah. Can hear you a little bit.
Yeah, I can barely hear you. Hold on, I gotta go outside for a minute.
Okay. Now we can talk about him. He left. You can hear both of us. Hi, Darren. Yeah, I hear him too, but he sounds like he's really, really low. All right. Well, he's going to be carving anyway. So if his volume is really low, that's going to be good. Oh, you want to hear that noise? That's what we need is Dremel noise AI soundtrack. Everybody's going with this OBS thing, so they can play AI music. Thanks, Derek. But on our channel, we're just gonna have AI Dremel sounds. There they are together. She's getting there, man. I tell you what, whenever you see one of these laying on my bench, you know I'm smoothing crap out really fine. I got one of these sand sticks because no matter what I did with a knife, I couldn't get it. Well, the grain of this wood is fighting me too. I couldn't get it smooth enough, so I had to go in with this guy, which is 120 grit, and sand and sand and sand until I smoothed out all the features. And then we had remember how big of a hair we had on her? We really had to break that down. And I'm going to put some kind of hair tie thing here. I don't know if it's going to be flower, maybe. I don't know yet. Let me know if you guys got any ideas what that should be. A little metal medallion, maybe. I don't know. Oh, let's set her like this so you can see her. I was going through the truck and I found a zombie head. Bird poop. I found a zombie head that I was working on. Oh, could probably 2 or 3 years ago. So I sat there waiting to go into the doctor's office. I always keep a towel in the truck, like a beach towel, so I can put it on my lap and carve. Helps me get through my anxiety when I don't got to look at people. So I sit there and carve for 15 minutes, and then I got to go into the doc. I had to go into the doctor's. So I put it on the dashboard. So next time I'll end up getting. And it's a girl zombie. So maybe next time we'll get the girl zombie head done. Hey, Sean, you found us again, huh? I don't know where. I don't know where Jordy ran off to, but he's planning on carving a wood spirit on that piece of birch right there. You got birch down there by you, Sean? You should be looking for it if you do. Yeah, there should be birch along the Mississippi River. Birch is most awesome. It's a little bit softer than poplar and a little bit harder than basswood, but it holds awesome detail. And even knife carving, I can tell you, it's not terrible. Yeah, you should keep your eyes open for washed up birch, or if somebody that you know or somebody's cutting down some birch trees, stop and say, hey, What are you going to do with that wood, man? A lot of times we're like, oh, we're going to get us firewood. Well, how about you give me 5 or 1,000 pieces of that? I know you haven't. I'll tell you what, though. You get yourself some birch, and you will love it so much. Check your local Menards or Home Depot
Can you hear
or even
me?
gas stations that sell the bundles of firewood. And you can get, check them. They'll have, a lot of them have birch. If you got birch in your area, a lot of them will have birch in it. It's already broken into 4 pieces for you, so you don't got to worry about splitting it or cutting it with a saw or any of that crap. Yeah, I've carved a lot of black walnut. A lot. And I've carved a lot of beech wood.
Oh, I hear you. Can you hear me now, Rob?
Yes, but it's like your volume's turned down.
Well, I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you before.
I don't know what's going on there.
Can everybody else hear me?
Yeah, Tarek said he could hear both of us before.
I had to go because my neighbor sent me a message saying there's some weird black dude hanging out in where we live. She said he's hanging out at my gate trying to ask for money for black kids or something. So I couldn't respond to her text because we're live, so I had to run downstairs. And the lady that lives in my old place, I had to run over to her place, and I had to go inside. And she had some baking stuff that she cooked some of this melted cheese. Cheese on bread. Anyways, so that's where I went.
Jordy will leave the live for free food.
I will leave the live to make sure no black dude's going to come inside my gate. And
I don't blame you. And free food, right?
Does it sound like I'm smacking on the microphone here? Anyways, I'm going to put my microphone down and I'm going to carve an old school wood spare in this.
All righty. So back to Susan. Apparently her hubby there, Josh, bought home a load of birch for firewood, and she did not fight hard enough to keep it.
He burnt it all? Did he burn all the birch wood?
Yeah. You got it for firewood.
Huh.
Hey, Shia.
Hi, Shia.
Is it Shia or Shay?
I've always said Shia. Shia's been around forever.
Me too, but you could say it as Shay.
Oh, okay. Is it Shay? Oh, it is Shay. I've been calling you Shia for years.
I know. I'm looking at it, I'm like, is that Shia or Shay?
Have you ever said, no, Jordy, it's not Shia, it's Shay?
Tarek just said his name is Shay.
No, it's Shia, like the stadium.
No, it's his name is Shay. We've been calling him Shia forever. Oh, Shia like the stadium.
Is the stadium called Shia?
No, it's called Shea Stadium.
Oh, so it is Shay. Fuck, sorry, Shay.
This is where the Yankees play, I believe.
I'm Shia. Look,
I'm gonna get a bunch of shit if I'm wrong on that.
See, look, they just I'm Shia. Can you spell it out like, like for little kids, like SHEEEEAAAA? Is that how you say it, or can you spell it out like SHAY?
Well, that's what Tarek just spelled out. And now that he says like the
Yeah,
stadium, like Shea Stadium, yep.
But Tarek's Canadian too. Tarek's on the other side of Canada.
Well, apparently,
No, it's Shea.
Tarek knows how to spell Shea more than we know how to say it.
Oh, I've been calling you Shea for years.
I know you have, but I just looked at it. I'm like, that's not Shea, that's Shea.
Oh shit! Sorry, Shea.
Poor guy. We've been calling him Shea.
Like that name, that Shea name is like out of friggin' like who's that old cartoon dude? That not the Incredible Hulk, but He-Man. He-Man. Remember the old He-Mans?
Yeah.
That's what Shea sounds like. She was part of the He-Mans.
She wasn't she the captain of the guard's daughter?
Was her name Shea?
I think it was.
I don't know, but it reminds me of that old He-Man cartoon. And then you get the old bendable He-Man action figures where there's like wire in the arms and shit.
Yeah, my brother had all of them.
Yeah, you got the big Skeletor thing.
Got the Castle Grayskull.
Yeah.
He had all the critters. Stinkor, the one that actually stunk.
I don't remember Stinklord.
Oh, yeah, his name was Stinkor, and he came from the swamp, and that was his like power, was to be stinky.
Now he's saying his name She-Ra. Oh, that's who it was, She-Ra.
Yeah, She-Ra.
Hi, Kellen Emery. She says her name is She-Ra. I'm smacking on my microphone, making Sean hungry. Sean, looks like you're always hungry, buddy. Meaning, like you said, you were hungry when Just Card Rob was live or something. Yeah, they talking about food. I'm not calling you a big fat guy because I'm fat. He-Man and she.
Well, I can tell you what, Just Card Rob is always hungry. I'm always talking about food.
I'm gonna make tacos tonight, maybe.
I made cheeseburgers.
Oh, nice.
Kevin got me going on the cheeseburger thing. So I'm like, well, I'll fire up the grill. What the hell?
With like the pre-made burgers or the...
No, mine are 50% cow and 50% venison.
Yeah, pork. Right?
No pork.
Oh.
When I grind my hamburger from the deer, I make deer burger.
Oh,
I run the deer burger, and I'll put in a handful of deer and then a little ball of hamburger, regular cow, the cheapest stuff you can get with the most fat. And I grind them together so I get like a 50-50 blend.
Ew, I hate fat shit, man. It's gross. Like gristle.
Well, with deer meat, with venison, if you don't add some sort of fat to it, you can't cook it as a hamburger. It'll just fall right apart.
Oh, it's just pretty dry?
There's no fat at all in it.
Oh, okay, I see.
A lot of the old timers, they would put pig fat, pork in it. And I never cared for it that way. So when I started processing my own deer, I got one of the big Cabela meat grinders. I can make sausage or those like Slim Jim things.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, I'm going to just use regular hamburger and the deer meat. Then one year we bought a cow, is a dairy cow that had fallen and broke its leg. So they had to put it down, and the farmer was like, well, if you pay for the butchering, you can have the cow.
Holy.
So we had to pay a butcher a mobile butcher went out there and got the cow and processed it. I think it was like three of us went in. It was like $400 for, well, you split the cow 3 ways, right?
Yeah.
And you couldn't eat that cow. It was so tough. I tried cooking it in a crock pot. I tried slow boiling it. That was just one old milk cow. She was as tough as iron.
Crazy
as toenails, man. She was tough.
That's what happened at the farm a couple of months ago. One of the cows was dying. It was giving birth to another cow, and it was just it paralyzed it. It couldn't move, so the farmer had to put it down. And he just sent it to the butcher.
So
But I
that
can't
year
eat.
when
I
I got
can't.
a deer, I was taking that whole cow, steaks, T-bones, whatever, mixing them in with the deer meat. That was some of the best freaking hamburger you ever tasted.
Yeah, because I can't eat steaks anymore. They're just too hard on my stomach, man. I can't do it. Knocks me out. It gives me the worst stomach ache, and it just I can't do anything for 2 or 3 days. Because I think
Wow.
my buddy says it all depends on your blood type, really. And he knows his health food shit. He goes, Jordy, he goes, you're gonna laugh at me. He goes, but it depends on your blood type. You have that wrong blood type, you're not going to be able to digest meat like everybody else. I can
Well, I
digest
know
ham.
ticks carry that disease. If you get it, you can't eat red meat at all.
Well, I've never seen a tick in my life, so
I'm just saying.
yeah.
It's got to be the same type of disease.
I can eat hamburger no problem because it's already broken down. But steak, even if I try and chew it longer, like you can only want to friggin' chew a piece of steak for so long, right? So like, okay, let's swallow this and move on to the next. But
Well, what you need to do is take it down. Take whatever steak you got. Do you got a lot of it?
well, I get to pick what I want. They're because they just butchered a couple other cows. I gave them some money in it. When they get the cow back, I get first pick. I don't care, and they're
Because
making
you can always
sausages.
take it.
Nah,
You can always just take it whatever you get down to your local.
Butcher. No, because they have tons of hamburger meat too.
Oh well, then just get the hamburger.
Yeah, that's what. And they're making sausages this time too, so I'll get some sausages. I'll
Oh
get a few.
man, beef
I'll get a.
sausage.
Yeah, is
Good
that good?
stuff.
Yeah, and I'll
Oh,
get
that's
some.
excellent.
Yeah, and I'll get some. Maybe some roast beefs and hand them out to my neighbors and say, "Don't forget about the fat guy when you're making your roast beef dinner." They like to. They like to feed me around here.
Yeah, I know. Especially Lawrence.
I think his wife put an end to that because he doesn't feed me anymore. I said, What's up?" And I said it right in front of Cheryl. I'm like, "What's up?" Because I used to be his lab rat for like his test dummy for when he wanted to try making new food. I said, "How come I'm not your test dummy anymore?" And he looked at Cheryl. I'm like, "What is your wife put an end to it?" She goes, "No." She said, "I didn't." And I said, "Well, then what?" He goes, "Oh, I don't know. I just." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. No more free stuff for you." So I said to him. And I'm not helping you
I
empty the fucking bin anymore. You can do it yourself.
I know there every year at Christmas time and Thanksgiving, you're like, oh, Lawrence dropped off a plate of this or Lawrence dropped off a plate of that.
Yeah, well, those days are over.
Those days now you're gonna have to get your own turkey sandwich.
Yeah, I guess so. Actually, no. Rosie Dallas, Haley, and the granddaughter live in my old place. They cook all the time. Every time I go over there, boom, she feeds me, man. She gives me shit if I don't eat. And they're like the family that has the full fridge. All the cupboards are full. That's why I was so long when I had to go over to her place see what's going on. Because she demanded that I took some food. I'm like, "I don't want it, Rosie." And I'm like, "I'm live on YouTube." She's like, "Shut up. Stop arguing with me. Don't like it when you do that. Just take this. Hold your hands out." I'm like, "Okay." She feeds me, man.
Well, by the looks of what she made, it looks pretty doggone good to me.
Yeah, it was bread, butter, cheese, and another cheese on. Sometimes I just text her out of the blue. I'm like, "Got cheese?" Because it seems like she's always eating something with cheese in it. So I just text her out of the blue, "Got cheese?"
See, now that
Hi.
would kill me because I'm lactose intolerant.
Hi, Brick. Okay, I'm going to start carving this sucker here. I think we're at the wrong timing for Spike to be here. So here's a shout out to Spike and a shout out to Evil Rick. Evil Rick doesn't like it when I film this way here because he's got two big monitors and you don't, when you're watching lives like this, it's hard to, you don't get the full screen watching TV. So
You just get the strip.
I'm just gonna heavy hands this and carve a wood spirit in here. As you can see, this is a piece of birch. Now, I'm not sold on this being birch because it's got 2 layers of bark here.
Yeah. There's an outer layer, and then there's the cambium layer.
Yeah,
You
well,
can
yeah, but
actually eat the cambium layer.
Yeah, but this cambium layer is pretty friggin' thick. Personally, I think it's older.
Well, that looks dried out too, you know.
Yeah, so it's swollen up. Okay, I'm gonna put my microphone down, put my dust mask on, and carve. You gotta talk and keep everybody entertained. Just carve up.
Am I some kind of clown? Am I supposed to be here to entertain you? Hey, Brick.
Hi, Brick.
Yeah, lean beef, huh? I thought I was the one with the bad dad jokes. Derek's trying to take my job away. Hi, Patrick. Jordy's carving a wood spirit totally out of frame, but he's carving it. I'm working on Bing. Kevin backed out on me tonight, so well, he's got kids, you know. So Jordy said, "Hey, if Kevin doesn't make it, I'll go live with you," and here we are. But I've been working on this Kevin's wife here, Bing. They're both into the kung fu thing. So I figured I would dress both of them in white keys. I'm going to change, but I'm changing Kevin's belt to yellow, beginner belt. And then we'll give Bing a black belt with the 39 dots. She's a 39th degree black belt. I don't know. I'm still not convinced. Still might be Fabio with a ribbon in his hair. Nobody remembers Fabio? Well, he was an 80s thing, I guess. Poor Fabio, how soon they forget. You remember Fabio? Unfortunately, me too. That's the way I feel about it. Yeah, I remember him, but I really don't want to. Oh, Patrick remembers too. All the girls in high school were like, "Oh, Fabio." He was all over the place on talk shows and news shows and couldn't speak English very well. It was the mystique of him being a foreigner, I think. That's like all the hot
For all
Brazilian
that's
girls, you
watching
know.
me carve, you see how I stretch this beard, the mustache over to the side of the face? It's easy way to make it so you don't have to carve a beard coming off the side of his face, right?
All right, he's back at it again. I got this arm kind of leaned inward, so I'm thinking I want to do the same thing with this one. You don't have to though. You know, when somebody's standing there, not very often are there arms in exactly within the millimeter of where the other arm is. You know what I'm talking about, the goof with the long blonde hair. Sure, I can insult Fabio now. He's probably like 103 years old. Why am I putting that knife up there? Want something with a little stronger backbone to it. I love that. This knife has a birch handle on it. Whatever I did with it right here. That's a birch handle. Super duper light. I never thought birch would be strong enough for a handle for anything. But I watch a guy called Survival Russia, and he was rehanging an axe head, hand forged axe head, and that's all they use. They take a birch log and split it in the middle so it can't crack. It's split it in 4 pieces. Then they lay that off to the side for a couple years till it's totally dry. And if it hasn't cracked, then they go ahead and shape it into the axe handle. And I'm like, birch? But I'll tell you what, I have had no problems with that blade moving. If this was too soft of a wood, that blade, the way it's put in there, you would see it start forcing through the wood. I had it happen with some pine I tried one time. So birch makes good handles. And what's really nice is that it doesn't wear your hand out. Like this knife here weighs probably 1 3/4 times of this knife. I bet if we put them on a scale, there'd be major weight difference because I believe this is a maple handle on the flex cut. But neither here nor there. I really like that knife. But for what I'm doing right here, I need that blade is really flexy on that one I just hung up, and this has a thicker spine. Plus, it's still got that narrow blade, so I can rotate it in the wood. And you could see the other one was starting to like chatter, tat 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 tat, like that. Patrick needs some new knives. Yeah, they don't last forever, do they? I'd say after about 3-4 months, maybe 5. If it's a knife I use all the time, it'll be definitely within 3 months. I have to put it on the flat. I got a diamond wheel that's a lapping wheel. Spins real slow. It's for making sure stuff is flat. And I'll run it on because what happens, even if all you do is strop it, you'll end up creating a micro bevel on there. And it will end up looking more like an apple seed, where you want this to be like a chisel, And I'll put it on there and I'll lap each side of the blade until I get a burr. Then I know I'm flat. And then I sit there and strop it, or I put it on the buffing wheel and buff that burr off of it on both sides, and then I'll strop it. And then we're back to better than factory sharp. And anybody that has Kutzall blades, flex cut blades, know that they come sharp. I got the scars on my fingers to prove it. That's one thing I could say about flex cut is I have never got a dull blade from them. Everything I've ever got was super sharp. There's other knife companies that I can't say that for. With certainty, because I bought their knives. Yeah, I like flex cut and OCC, and then of course the just carved rob knives that I make. Those are my favorite because I grind them the way I want them to cut. Yeah, you might end up with 50 knives, but each one of them has its own special talent. Knives are like people. They kind of got their own personalities when you're finished with them. I'm not, if somebody said, I need 5 of these, I need 5 of these right now, I'll give you $150 a piece. I couldn't make 5 exact. I don't have the, all my stuff is hand forged. So it's not like I got a machine that could stamp that out and then you go sharpen it. And it's nice to have that flexibility to say, this is what I need in this particular blade. Like I'm working on one now. It's in the planning process. It'll have like a, almost like a teardrop at the end of it. And then no blade for about an inch. Because when you reach up, and sometimes when you're reaching in places, the back of your knife, like if you're doing a face, a lot of times the back of your knife will hit the nose. Oh, I think Jordy's got him done. He carved the whole freaking wood spirit, and I barely got one arm cut in. The man is an animal. He's the human beaver. I do sell the knives. Whenever I get, I'll do like a limited run of 5 knives. And then people that are asking me about knives, I'll give them a price and we'll get the shipping information and all that stuff. And so far, all the knives I've sold, which believe me is not many. I usually use the knife that I'm selling and I'll make a blade cover for it. So your knife your blade can't get beat up. Like if you throw it in your toolbox or whatever. I use both. I believe a Dremel has its place and a knife has its place. For me, the Dremel or the micromotor is mostly for roughing out. But then when I want to get in and get all these little sharp details, you're not going to do that with a micromotor or a Dremel. You got that's like a knife and some micro gouges that I use to get those eye sockets in. You would like one? Send me a message on Gmail. My Gmail is justcarverob@gmail.com. Explain Jordy's process over mine. I can only speak for my process. Because every carver has their own way of thinking on how they want to approach a carving. Like a lot of people would have carved the body first and waited for the head till last. I want that head done. I want to have that almost completely done before I start the body. Because if that head comes out boogered up and you put all your time into this body, you got a choice. You can either cut that head off, which I have done, and put a new head on, carve a new head separately and put it on. But when you're trying to get it all out of the same block of wood, if you ever find birch on the river, I'm getting it. If I ever, yeah, birch is awesome. You can see it's almost the same color, right, as the basswood. It's all that really white, tight grained wood. That's why I like birches because usually around here the birch trees don't get massive. Now, when I lived in Pennsylvania, like over where Kevin is, we'd go down by the river, and there would be birch trees that you could wrap your arms around, so you could get a really nice bear out of it. But here, our biggest birch trees in diameter, well, the biggest ones that I've collected is about 20 inches. If you take it and measure it across the base of the log, it's about 20 inches. And we have white birch and silver birch. Some people call it paper bark birch. And they call it that because if you're like, let's say you're out camping and your lighter runs out of fluid and you want to start a fire, you can take that birch bark and crumple it up and lay it on another piece of birch bark. There's 2 layers to the birch bark. The inner layer, you take that and you crumble it up and put it on top of a thicker piece of the white birch bark. And then you take a branch of the birch tree and just take your knife or axe and make curly cues on it and dump that on top of it. Take your lighter and strike it. And that bark is like kerosene. It even smokes black. It starts a fire really nice, really easy. Like fat wood, which is basically pine with a lot of resin in it. You can always tell it because it's almost translucent when it's usually near down at the bottom of the trunk. It's called fat bark, and that stuff is like gasoline too. It catches really quick. So if you happen to get some birch bark and some fat wood from like a pine tree that fell over, died and fell over. When a tree dies, all the sap runs down to the base of it. And all that resin, it almost look like amber, gathers there. And you can smell it, you can feel it. It's like really dense, like I said, it's really yellow, like an amber, because it's so heavy with that fat wood or that sap. Yeah, if a neighbor's cutting down a birch tree or the road department, I'd be Johnny on the spot to gather that stuff up. I love carving me some bark, some birch. I've got some that I've had out there for going on 3 years now, so it should be ready to be cut up and used for axe handles or carving materials. The dragon I made, Jordy, the red dragon, the talking red dragon, is a birch branch that I found. And then my dragon that's here, the green dragon, is made from a birch branch. It carves really nice, and if it's all dried out, it's super light. So it's really good for making different types of carvings, wall hangers, and stuff like that. Or like Jordy's doing over there, I think he said he's going to make that a tea light holder thing. But you can see how that is that burr is just buzzing right through that. It's really not. I enjoy carving it. I enjoy carving poplar too, but poplar can be a little bit on the stringy and crunchy side. Are you back? Yep. You get yourself some wild poplar. That carves pretty nice too. That stuff you buy in the store that's kiln dried, man, is that crunchy. Stringy. Yeah, let's say stringy. I picked up a piece of sugar pine because I heard that's good to carve. I haven't tried it yet. Sugar pine. I bought it at Lowe's. 2x2 by 8. I think it was like $12. I was watching a guy and he's like, "Yep, that's what he was carving with sugar pine." So I'm like, "Well," but now there is a big difference when you get different types of wood. That, like, if you get it wild out in the woods, or if you get it store bought where it's been kiln dried. The kiln dried is great for stabilization, but the wild stuff seems to be a little more elastic, a little more the it's not baked, it's not hard. So you could buy a piece of sugar pine at Lowe's and try carving it and go, man, this is crap. And then go to your local sawmill and they have sugar pine and you get a piece of that because it hasn't been kiln dried yet and carve it. And you're like, wow, that's some of the best stuff I ever carved. That's another good resource is your local sawmill. It doesn't matter if they make pallets or skit, whatever they make, or they just cut it into planks for people. They always have cutoffs, end cuts, and they a lot of times they just sell them for firewood. And my guy over here, he told me $15, fill your truck up. And there was a lot of popple in there and a lot of pine. So I as I was picking up the blocks to throw them in the truck, I'm like, if they weighed a lot, I threw them to the side. If they were really light, I threw them in the back of the truck. Are you back, Jordy? I don't know. I don't know if he's back or not. I don't know if his mic's
I'm
working.
back. I'm here.
Okay.
There's a very basic wood spirit. Very basic. But these ones are sellers, man. Telling you, put a little friggin' light, cut this flat with your chainsaw, put a little light in there. Boom. $40.
Looks cool. I like it.
Just to show everybody, just nice and simple. No crazy details. Just carve it in there. Get that nose to pop off a bit.
How'd you like carving that birch?
Actually, it's not bad at all, to tell you the truth. I thought it was going to be a lot more.
I really like it.
Yeah, this is actually curved pretty nice. I thought it was going to be a little bit more fuzzy. There was fuzzy at times. It's fuzzy when you're carving it because it's lighter wood and the fuzz sits on top, like the stuff that's not attached to the wood. It will sit on the carving, so you have to blow it off a lot more. Or maybe it's heavier wood, so the dust collector can't get at it. I don't know. Thanks, Turk. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, I was just talking about the density of the birch tree.
Well, the nice thing about birch is, my opinion, is you don't really, when you're power carving it, you don't really see grains. It's all kind of just one grain.
Yeah, well, that's what makes birch such a good carving wood is you don't have to fight the grain that much on it.
Oh, okay. Because I haven't really carved that much birch, actually. You know that, Rob. I've carved mostly cedar and cottonwood bark, but now I'm starting to carve lots of that friggin' Russian olive. I don't have I have lots of it left for little carvings like this. I was there today. I said I got to cut some more in my cut some more up with my chainsaw in half to do wall. I like carving wall hangers better. I don't know. Because wall hangers, you're only carving half the branch, and it has way less chance of cracking.
Well, you
Like
could
when you
do that with that piece you're showing.
With what piece?
Split it, and then you would have 2 wall hangers.
With this piece that I just carved?
Is that the one with the cracks in the top of it?
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's almost right in half right there. You could have probably just stuck a axe head there and whacked it and broke it in
right
2.
here. But then you got down here too. I could have cut it with my chainsaw, but it's good to have some desktop sitters too, I guess. Actually, I could carve
Oh,
a hole in
absolutely.
this. I carve a hole in this, make this a pen holder. It's a little bit shallow for that. Or I could carve like single holes so you can. There's a hole there for a pencil.
Yeah,
Whatever.
if that side branch was about 6 inches longer, you could hollow it out like a cup and just throw your pins in there.
Like this one.
Yeah. Yeah,
This-
well, if that other branch was longer, you could have done that.
Yeah. No, I'll keep that in mind. I got actually, I have some more. This is that Russian olive. I have more of wood like this that has things like that. Branches coming off. So that's a good invention. Just carved up. Always thinking you're just carved up. Always thinking.
I'm just
Always
thinking that if I was going to have that on my desk, I'd like to have it to be able to throw my pins in it.
Yeah. Well, what do you
And
think
even
I
on
said?
top of
What do
like
you
a-
think
a
I said?
bowl
If
on
this was,
top?
what do you think I said? If this was bigger, it could be a pen holder, but it's not. What were you saying about on top?
Put like like them dishes that you made for throwing your change and keys in.
Yeah.
Have that right by the door have that dug down so you can throw your pins in one side and your keys and stuff in the other.
I
Because
could
it
have
always
even
seems like I'm always looking for a friggin' pin.
That's a good idea. Carved, and I could epoxy those cracks too.
Oh yeah, put some like teal
Mike-
in there.
Yeah, that's a good thinking, man. You know,
That'd
my
look
key.
wicked.
You know my change holder that I made that had the epoxy in it, like a river.
Yeah.
I use that all the time. I use it all the time. It's on the top of my stairs on a little desk that I made, little table. But it gets full of change, and I got to empty out my change. Yeah, I use it all the time. So that's a good idea. I got some more of that. Actually, I think I have some. I think I might have some of this. What do you mean? If this piece was bigger here, just carved. If it was taller, I could make it
Yeah.
a pen holder, so your pens go in there like this.
Yeah.
I
I'd
think I
love to
have
have
some.
something like that on my desk.
Well, maybe I'll have to carve you one because I think I have more. I have stuff like this that have branches at my tent that I got from Merritt yesterday.
Nice.
If I do just carve, Rob, I will carve you one and I will send it to you.
And you will see it sitting right here on this desk.
Deal, buddy. It's a deal.
Right next to my treehouse.
You got to put that tree house it's hollowed out in the bottom so you can put a light up through there. It should be.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And so I hold the bottom out so you could put it like a little, and it goes right up to the window, that hole.
Oh, cool.
See that
I'm gonna
window
have
there?
to do that now. That'd be a cool little night light.
Yeah, you just get a little light. You don't put it all the way up and it will shine. That's what that was meant to be.
Wow, I never noticed that.
Yeah. Because I
I
hold
just
out the
seen
bottom.
this. And I'm like, man, that's wicked.
See how I hold
And
out
then
the
you
bottom?
carved the big one.
Yeah, but look at the bottom, Rob. See how
Yeah, I see
I
it.
hold? Yeah, so you can fit like a little battery thing in there.
And even if it isn't deep enough, I can always make it deeper.
Yeah, you could carve the back out or something. But I'm
But
gonna
you
do
know what I do not see on here?
a signature
Signature.
because it wasn't done. Because I didn't get the light
You-
in there.
You always give me shit about, oh, you didn't
I
carve
would
it this
fucking
carve,
be.
Rob.
Yeah, well, I would be surprised if there was a little J on that red part there. I wouldn't be surprised.
There's an X. Does that count?
X marks the spot.
No J's.
Actually,
Just
turn
an
it back.
X.
Spin it back a bit more. Move your thumb. I thought that could have been a J there. No. Keep spinning there. Hey, down. Yeah. Well, because it wasn't fit. Get that piece of shit out of here. Down's here. Down's the admin in the big Dremel carving group I got on. We have on Facebook. How many members does that group have? Dan? No. Over 30,000? Get that flower out of here.
It's my Geordie flower.
Sign your pieces.
I told
You know
him
why
he was carving flowers, and I said, Geordie, I want one of your flowers. So he sent me this. Now he's like, I hate that flower.
Hi, Gabe. Yeah, but do you know why I hate that flower? 30 plus, 30,000 plus. It's called, anybody who's watching this live or was going to watch, it's called Beginning Dremel Carvers. Show that flower, Rob. You know why? Because that's edge grain. Ever since I carved that flower, and you see the grain, can you hold it closer, please? Like straight, put the grain, see that grain in there? You can see the grain.
Yeah, it goes
Ever
up and
since,
down.
yeah, ever since I did that, I'm like, I don't like carving edge grain because you see it. You see the grain. I don't know. It's just a weird pet peeve that I have. But
Well, I think it all depends on which way you hang it, too. If you hang it with the grain going up and down, you don't even notice it. But if you got it sideways, you pick up on it.
Yeah, there it is. But edge
It's
grain.
got the different colors.
And I'll
But
tell
this
you,
way, it's not. You don't really notice it that much.
Using your flap sounder always isn't great because it exposes the grain. Because some of that grain is hard grain, some soft, so it always exposes the grain when you're doing the edge grain.
Yeah, anytime you get soft woods like cedar and pine, it can be a nightmare.
Yeah. This other piece of birch I got here is spalted. This one is, you can't see it on video, but this sucker is spalted.
Yeah, well, there really isn't much you can do about that. When birch goes down, it spalts. That's just the way it is.
This is spalt. Should I carve another spirit or was that boring?
No, that was fine.
You're busy.
I was yapping and they were watching. This is spalted birch.
Nice. You better send that. Oh, that's your favorite knife, that one, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, this is my favorite.
Yeah,
they'll bury me with this one. The blade will be this long.
Yeah, it's got the thin blade. Yeah, you know what you need to get, Rob? That has the thin blades like that one? The chip carving knife seem like the blades are a lot thinner. Chip carving knives?
All I know is not to get any of them file ones. Everybody that I talk to that has those file knives say they bite.
What are file knives? Made out of files?
No, it's that company that makes the chisels. It's called
Phil?
File.
That's from Switzerland?
Yeah.
They say those knives, their carving knives suck?
They got the best chisels on the planet, but their knives aren't very good.
Oh, I got like 4 of them. I thought I was buying carving knives, but Kevin told me they're chip out knives.
The long pointy knife is a carving knife.
Same thing.
Yeah, he uses his for carving.
Does he?
He's got the same set you do.
Oh, okay. I bought them individually, I think.
I thought you bought the set of them.
Maybe I did.
Because we were looking at them and they had them marked down to like $89 for, it was $89 for a set of 4. And we were talking about it. I'm like, I know they make some of the best knives on the planet, chisels on the planet. So their knives have got to be good.
Did you see this?
Like Kevin's like, they kind of suck.
Did you see this video?
Nope, I did not.
Busted right there.
Well, how can I be busted if I didn't even see it?
Because you didn't watch the video.
That's pretty wicked, though. I like that.
Actually, I carved this live. Actually, this is not it's Japanese wind, right? Those are supposed to be clouds. I know it looks like a flower. This is my
No, what as soon as I seen it, that's what I thought. Japanese clouds.
Yeah, you know for a fact this is my style of art right here. Just carved up. This is what I love doing. This is not the olive wood. It is a different wood that some lady sent to me, and I forget what it is. But it's yeah. There's the white stuff is the sapwood.
That's great. I really like that. Hold
Thanks.
it sideways. How deep did you carve that wind in? Okay, so pretty good amount.
I carved it live quick, but I got another one that I'm going to do one like this with sapwood with the Russian olive, but I'm going to carve deep underneath those wind lines so it really highlights. I'm going to carve a couple of them on here.
Give it some really deep shadows.
Yeah, I carved this really quick. But this is looking more like.
I think that rates right up there with that eagle you did for that Woodcarvers Illustrated.
Really? Thanks, man.
I think that is just gorgeous.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I carved it super fast on one of my lives. When I carve something else,
I'm not going to bullshit you. When I really like something, I really like it, and I really like that.
Yeah. Incorporate the colors, like with that. Did you see my koi fish video?
Yes.
Yeah, and I didn't like the way it turned out, but you had to do such a shallow, even this, to use the color. Well, this I could carve inside here deeper, because when you're trying to use the sapwood, it has to be such a shallow carving where you want to use the sapwood. But I could have carved deeper inside here. There's depth there.
No, I think that is perfect right there.
Yeah, thanks. It's
I think
oiled.
You got all the dimensions just right on that as far as your depths go. You don't got one really deep and one really shallow. They're all similar. And you can actually see how it spirals down,
Yeah.
You can see the different layers as it spirals down. You did fantastic on that.
This is supposed to be higher, and then they're supposed to get bigger and bigger and bigger as they go, right? And then this one,
you did fantastic on that.
Goes under and comes up. Thanks, everybody. Thanks. Gabriel says, Evan, even nice art you guys are doing. I am new to this carving world. Good for you. All you have to do is just keep at it and carve deeper.
Yeah, if your first couple carvings don't come out great, don't worry about it. I could show you my first wood spirit, and you're like, wow.
Here, I'll show it again. Hello, I'm an Ewok cell phone.
At least Jordy's looks like an Ewok.
I'm an Ewok cell phone.
I'll get mine.
Oh, yeah. Get it. Let's see it.
This was after my first Carbon Fusion video. I did this.
You got to keep your first carvings, man. You got to keep them. I'm a little Ewok.
Are you ready?
Let's see it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I've never seen that.
That was my first wood spirit ever. And Jordy said, always keep your first wood spirit, because then you'll know how far you progressed.
That was a windy day wood spirit too. That one.
And he's been hanging outside the man cave forever.
Yeah,
you can tell look how gray he's gone.
You know what, Rob? Wood spirits like that sell better for me than the crazy detailed ones. They just look more mystical, more whimsical.
Yeah, it looks more folk art.
Yeah. This looks like somebody pulled out their knife and carved it when they had nothing better to do.
Everybody
never seen
thinks
that.
in
That's
the carving
awesome.
world that folk art is bad. Folk art is very good.
Yeah, folk art is when you're not a good artist. You just try your best and it looks like shit, but it turns out awesome. That's what I say.
I agree, 100%. Look at this guy.
Yeah, like you'll be trying to paint here, but you get paint down here. That's folk art. That's awesome.
Well, then everything I've ever painted is folk art.
Me too. Yeah,
Hi,
that's
Jordy.
awesome. I don't think I've seen that.
Where's Grumpy Jesse at?
I don't know. He's on the wall.
Look at these
He's on the-
cheeks, man. They come right into the nose.
Yeah, look at this one. Doesn't even have cheeks.
But this was 7 years ago, and this is now. This is what we're up to now. This kind of crap.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. So if you just shows everybody, Rob, the more that you do, that the better you're going to get.
Yeah, if you can take 15 minutes out of your day and just carve something, it could just be a pointy stick. It'll ease your mind. It'll help you get out of your problems. And one day you'll be the king of pointy sticks.
That's right. Yeah, start your own channel, Pointy Sticks. Yeah, I'm going to carve
it might
another.
be some clown carving 300 Christmas trees in one Christmas.
I'm going to carve another wood spirit in this one here.
Oh, cool. See, now you could get away if you took the hole and drilled it way down. Although how big is that branch on the side?
Oh, not very big.
Oh.
It's like, there's my thumb on it. But then again, my hands are way bigger than yours, so I got huge thumbs. So it's like 2 inches, 3 inches wide. Yeah.
Yes. Carving is like therapy. I agree.
I'm just calling you out, Rob, because one of your videos you said, I got bigger hands than Jordy. Oh, I'm bigger than Jordy.
I just thinking you could make a hell of a bong out of that thing.
Oh, yeah. You could. It is. It's a bong.
It's the right angle and everything. Just have to hollow it out.
Just carve a face up here and then haul it out and make a bong.
Well, yeah, carve a face right where your thumb is and have the bowl be like a cigar hanging out of his mouth.
I'm going to carve this.
You even got a black spot for the start of an eye up there.
See, this is what makes me think it's not birch, because sometimes older wood is white wood too, like birch, but older looks like it has eyes in it, like this.
Yeah, that looks like a scar to me.
Yeah, but look at this too. See, this would be a branch.
Yeah.
This would be a branch trying to come out. Look it up later. Compare older to compare.
I can tell you right now, our birch trees look just like that.
Okay. But so maybe your birch trees aren't birch. Maybe they're older.
No, they're not older.
I'm telling you. Yeah, even the farmer said it's birch. Excuse me. Gotta carve a spirit in here too.
Do it.
Should I? Yeah, it's only been an hour. Man, I gotta make my tacos today.
Actually, it's been an hour and a half.
I got 1.5.
I got 93.20. 93 minutes, so that's an hour and a half.
Oh, mine says 1.05.
I don't understand that.
Yeah. Okay, that's okay though. I'm gonna get my camera set up here and carve a quick
All right.
spirit here. Just a basic one too, because this will be part of the tea light set.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, Doc Lupo said he's been renovating his house that he bought. He bought that house for really cheap, and it was a dump, and he's just been renovating it. And he says, but he watches our videos, and he's going to get back to carving really soon.
Well, you know how renovations go.
Yeah. No, he said he bought he says normal prices of houses where he lives are like 300, 400,000. But he said he bought this house for 40,000. So
he's up north. He was down South Carolina, but now he's up north.
I quit school in grade 9, so I really don't know like where different areas of the States.
Well, he's right. He's just a hair below Canada.
Oh,
I
that's
think
what he
he's
said.
in. Oh shit! It starts with a C.
Hello,
Connecticut.
yeah, but that's by like the only place that's close to me, Vancouver, is like Washington or Seattle. It's like a 3-hour drive to get to Seattle from Vancouver or something.
Actually, that ain't that far because Seattle's in Oregon.
Yeah, so Oregon then. Or like, you know where I did that live this winter where I carved those trees and I showed you the border? I could just jump the ditch and be on the States.
Right.
That would have been Washington there.
Okay. Well, he's on the East Coast.
Yeah, so he would be more towards like Quebec or something there. Toronto or
Right. Yep. Yep. That's right. Why he moved to Seattle? I just said it. Connecticut is beyond me.
well, maybe because
But
you got
yeah,
the big,
houses are really expensive up there.
yeah, look at this faulting. It's right through. Look at that. It's rotted right through.
Yeah, the spalting is actually a fungus.
Yeah. I really should be wearing my dust mask.
That would probably be a good idea, especially with your sinuses the way they are.
But if I carve slower, the dust collector table has room to keep up. Just when I carve like crazy, I could control the dust. Like right now when I'm carving like this, the dust collector catches all the dust. But when I'm doing my crazy heavy hand shit, no, because the dust will go everywhere.
Jordy's too fast for YouTube, and he's too fast for his dust collector.
So obviously this one's a lot smaller.
Just carve, rob, gouge. I call this the spatula.
I call
It's
it the
the
send it.
eraser. It's the eraser. It gets rid of all of the pencil marks real good. Sharp enough to cut a bear's whiskers off, it is.
Well, this
Don't
one
know.
has a little tiny nose.
I can't ask Jordy because he can't hear me.
Yeah, I can. What?
Oh, okay. Well, Gabriel wants to know when we're going to do this again.
Well, not too sure because you gotta subscribe to Just Carve Rob that's talking right now, that's doing the whittling, because this is normally him and Kevin Sticks and Stones usually go live every they plan to go live every Wednesday night. So you have to subscribe to his channel, and because this is just a tester to see if it works on my channel. I can't say when I'm going live because, well, I just don't know.
Yeah, like actually tonight was a pop-up thing. Kevin couldn't make it, and I told Jordy, I said, well, Kevin isn't going to make it. He's like, well, I'll go live with you. No sense in you not going live.
So this is more of a Just Carve Rob thing here.
Jordy took pity on me. I got stood up on a blind date. Actually, it wasn't a blind date. We knew who he was. Oh. And we can scribble some arms in there. She's wearing a gi, so I'm thinking we want to make that, we're going to make it a little bit thicker.
Shit, I thought there was a spider on my hand. I just cut myself. Yeah, I'm weird like that.
Yeah, you should have seen me lose it with that tick the other night. Freaking tick, I don't know, and I still don't know where it came from. But I about lost my mind.
I don't have. I used to have scheduled lives, but I don't know. I'm just so all over the map.
That's true. Used to be every Thursday night at 5 o'clock Canada time and 8 o'clock U.S. time.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I got it all blocked out here. I'm gonna put on the little detail burr. That's it. There, you know, that's just friggin' wood spear right here. That's all you need to do. For the very beginners. And like I said, wood spears like this, for me, they seem to sell better than because I charge more for the ones that I spend more time on. But if you can just carve little simple ones like this, you can sell them. I can sell this for $20, $30. This is the little flame detail bird. This is the silver one from the Kutzall detail bit kit. This wood is a lot harder than it looks to carve actually because it's sculpted, so you get hard spots and soft spots in the wood.
It sure is pretty once it's carved, though.
Oops. Oops, you got to cut through there. I tell people in my videos when they're doing the noses, take your time. Now you just see right here. Look, I cut through right there. It's all right. Just makes your nose look more bent. It's flap sanders on its last leg, so I need to change it. But I use my Fordham for sanding now. So I don't kill the Dremels. That's all. That's it. Trying to get some of the fuzzies off the edge. So you can even incorporate the bark into the color. There's a name for that inner bark, but that's it. That's all you need to do. Get some branches like that of any type of wood you want. Some very basic wood spirits that sell. People, like, I'm not lying. People like these ones. They don't look angry. They don't look pissed off. They just look like whatever they are. Just buy me. We use the Kutzall bits. This is the brand here. Well, I just use the Kutzalls. Just carve. Rob uses the saber tooth, right? Burs too, right? But right here, this is what I just use the Kutzall ones. Now, this is the main bit. If you want to buy one off Amazon or something, this is the Kutzall Extreme Flame bit. This one's normally black when it's brand new. Let me see if I got one that's not so plugged up. But it'll be. It got the little spiky things on it, like there. See, Kutzall saber tooth. That's all. That's all you need to do. Right? Just carve, Rob. Hey, Rob, can you hear me? Oh, Rob's carving too. Can you guys hear me out there? See, Rob's good at carving the little caricatures like that. What's going on here? Yes, I can. Yeah. Gabriel, you got to get yourself the Kutzall or saber-tooth burs. Because the Dremel burs, they all suck. Excuse me. It's because I didn't have my dust mask on. Sneezing. Look, I've been carving for almost 10 years now. I'm still fine with doing ones like this. I don't care. Does anybody have any questions? I thought Just Carve Rob was going to be talking when I was carving. Hey, Rob. I guess he can't hear because I guess his noise reduction, or he's got he's got a good noise reduction on his new phone. He's got the new iPhone. So when his vacuum's on and his thing's running, so I guess it's loud, he can't hear it. Does anybody have any questions for me while I'm here? Or you can just sit and watch Rob carve. Yeah, for anybody that wants to learn how to knife carve and do those little caricatures like Rob's doing. If you look in the screen, look at that little crazy haired dude with the big mustache and the green and white sweater. That's Just Carve Rob's style. There he's stopping. Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't hear me because you're carving.
Yeah, I know. I got all kinds of crap running over here.
Thanks, Gabriel. I just buy me the 400 SRI Dremel. 400. Where do you live, Gabriel? I think the 400 is a smaller Dremel, isn't it? I'd preferably just buy it. Not even you're with Dremel. You're just paying for the name. But I've
got a 300 here. That's really old.
Yeah, that's like the multi-pro, isn't it? The older multi-pros.
Yes. Yep. I think that's what it's called, actually. All black.
Yeah. And I actually noticed on one of your live videos that I was watching, Just Carve Rob, that you do have the old Dremel flex shaft too.
Yes, I do. But it's actually hooked to a what is that hooked to? Here it is. Okay, this is actually hooked to a Dremel though.
Yeah, those are the
I bought
old
this
school.
at a garage sale for $5.
Yeah, those are better actually.
So I could not say no. I don't know if you can read that, but it says model 225 T1 Dremel flex shaft.
Yeah, show them it compared to the new one, Just Carve Rob, the newer ones.
And here is the new one. Basically, this is the same thing, except they put plastic around it.
Yeah.
And they added a locker to it.
And that locker's stupid. That's why the Dremels the flex shafts keep on breaking.
But they added that locker to it, where this one, you would just take another burr. 1/8-inch burr fits in, where the heck is it? Right there, that hole. And you can lock that up with an 1/8-inch burr and then take your wrench or a pair of pliers and grab that and turn it. And
hey, Rob, Gabriel's a new
Yeah.
carver. He just said, "What do you think about those bits that are Harbor Freight? I know you got some. Those long ones, like taper burrs."
I do.
You can buy the knockoff Kutzalls that are like this.
You're
Yeah,
talking
there you go.
about these ones?
He's talking to you, Gabriel. Let's see
They
that
look
up
like
close.
they got. Looks like they got kind of like chunks of carbide or something on them. They dull quick. They work really good, but then they don't get the mileage like the Kutzall burs do. But then again, you get 2 of these for $9. I think that's what it was. But now that's probably a year and a half, 2 years ago I bought that. And I really haven't used it that much. I used it a couple times. And it was like it was burning more than it was cutting. It's kind of like, remember these, Jordy?
Oh, the Dremel bits. Yeah. Put your
The
hand right
Dremel.
behind it, just grab Rob.
I don't want to focus. This is like a saber tooth or a Kutzall design, except this sucks.
Yeah, just like these ones that you buy on Amazon. See, there's no spikes left on it because I ran it across a brick.
Yeah, they're
but,
probably the same doggone thing.
they are. Well, not really. That one's wider, but they're used. Yeah, sure, they're used out of hardened steel, but it's not carbide.
No. And the other problem with this one is all the teeth are in a row, right? So when you cut down into the wood, it'll bottom out. Where the
And it leaves-
Kutzalls are all staggered. They're not in a row. So when you push down with this, it cuts right on through. When you push down with this, because they're all in a straight row, it'll bottom out. So you got to wiggle it. And then you can go down to whatever depth these spikes are. Then you got to wiggle it. As long as you wiggle it, you're okay. But like this one, I can just go right on down. But this one, you got to go wiggle, 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 wiggle.
I felt those Dremel ones in that red one. That's way more nasty marks in the wood. Maybe I'm just
Well,
being
that's
too
because
cheap.
they're on a row.
Yeah, that's right. But hold on a second. He just left a comment. Maybe I'm being too cheap, but I want to start with the cheap stuff first and then upgrade. What's the better stuff? But honestly, you should buy. They sell them on Amazon. You should buy the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr to get started. That's my suggestion. What's your suggestion? Just grab Rob.
Yeah, well, you can start out with these Dremel guys, but they're not gonna last as long. And you got, like I said, you got to keep it moving. So if you wanted to plunge in like to do a nostril, it would bottom out. And like Jordy said, it will leave a lot nastier marks in your wood because they're in a line. So it's like cutting lines in, where the Kutzall, the cutters are staggered, so they cut like in an X pattern. So they kind of remove their own lines as you go. I mean, don't get me wrong, you still get some heavy cut marks from the Kutzall. But this,
can I talk now, Rob?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. With this, like with my YouTube channel, the only other one that was another fellow named Webb or something was doing the power carving, and Sticks and Stones. Kevin was doing a little bit of Dremel carving, not explaining much, and a lot of knife carving. But you couldn't really find any videos to find what burrs are good and what burrs are not good. So that's basically why I started my channel, to show people what burrs work and what burrs don't work. That's why I started my channel. If you look back at my very beginning videos, I just show like the metalworking burrs, and I show the aluminum cutting burrs. Aluminum cutting burrs are are good to start with. You buy them in the sets of 10 on Amazon. I think they're like maybe $20 now, but you get like 10 burrs. Those are good to start with because those can cut through hardwood like nothing. But you're better off spending the extra money to buy yourself the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr on Amazon. You really are. But like Rob says, if you don't have that kind of money, well, save yourself $10 and buy one of those cheap ones that on Amazon just to get you started. You want the burrs that have the spikes on them. Like they sell these. I think these are like 50. How much are these on Amazon, Tarek? If you're still here, the knockoff. This is 100% knockoff extreme. This will cut, but if you look at the cutters, they're all in a row. See how they spiral up? See that? How it spirals up? But then I hit this against the brick to show that it's not true tungsten towards Kutzall. So you're better off spending that extra $10 and getting the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr on Amazon. But if you can't afford that extra $10, yeah, like Rob says, buy one of these cheap bits because they do work. Right, Rob?
They work.
They do work, but they just
you got to move them a lot.
Yeah. Like if you first start carving and you get one of those cheap ones, like the red one I just showed you, if you just start carving, if you're just starting, you got your Dremel, you have to get a flex shaft. Sabertooth are a tad cheaper than Kutzall, but Sabertooth doesn't sell on Marketplace on Amazon. Dan. Sabertooth are just as good as Kutzall. Kutzalls are the first burrs to come out like this. Sabertooth copied Kutzall. I have nothing against Sabertooth. I have some Sabertooth burrs here. This is a replica of the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr right here. I forget what I was going to say. Okay, if you just start carving, to tell you the truth, like this is my opinion, you probably won't even notice the difference between the two burrs if you're just starting. But me and Rob have more experience. Okay, Dan. Yes, Sabertooth has a website, but I'm trying to say it's easy for him to get the Kutzall because it's on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free delivery. Yes, go to Sabertooth's website, but you have to pay for shipping. The easiest thing to do that everybody in the world knows is Amazon, right? I'm not sitting here trying to support Kutzall. I'm trying to say the easiest way to get the burr is right here on Amazon. I'm not pitching my affiliate or anything. I'm just saying this is the easiest for the very beginners right here. Yes, Sabertooth has a website. But I think if you're first starting, hands down, you're best off getting one of these spiky burrs to carve because they carve so you don't have to follow the grain of the wood. You can carve any direction you want in the wood. It's not like knife carving where you have to carve down the stairs. You can carve any direction of the grain with these spiky bits.
Yep, with knife carving, you're a slave to the grain.
Yeah, knife carving's a lot harder than using these the Dremel carving when you have bits like this. Now, when you're using a burr like give me a second. When you're using a burr like this, you kind of have to know this is like a cheap Chinese burr. They come in sets of 5. You have to work with the direction of the grain of the wood in most cases, unless you're doing an undercut or something. But when you're trying to remove wood with this, it acts like a knife or a chisel or a gouge, whatever. Because if you carve against the grain, you're going to chip it out and it's going to leave a nasty mess. But
a burr like tear some shit up.
This is the aluminum cutting bits that I was talking about right here. They come in sets of 10 different shapes. Now this is good for, you kind of have to work with the grain a bit when you're using these. But this will carve hardwood very good, and they last a long time. This is an aluminum cutting bit. Now, don't be confused between the aluminum cutting bit and the metalworking bits, because they both come. You both buy them both sets of. Let me just get the little sleeve. Sleeve it comes in. They both come in sets of 10. They come in plastic cases like this on Amazon. Sets of 10. The metalworking bits have the flutes are not as thick and they're not as aggressive as these aluminum cutters, and they have cross cuts in them, so they're less aggressive. So I suggest starting off with these aluminum cutting bits if you want to remove fast, or the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr you can buy on Amazon Prime. Okay. Do you want to correct me on anything here, just Carter? Because that's just my opinion. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. Kutzall or saber tooth. The
Or
aluminum
Typhoon.
cutting burrs work good. They just seem to dull quick.
Well, not if you buy
The
the right
three-wing
ones.
cutter, that thing will rip some stuff up, I'll tell you.
No, you're incorrect. You're correct, but you're incorrect about the aluminum cutting burrs, Rob. If you buy them from the right person on Amazon, you're going to get the good ones. Like I've bought all the brands, and there's always only one that I stick with, and that they last forever. Let me find
All
the
I know
package.
is the ones that I got from Amazon went dull. They still work on metal.
Yeah, look, here's
But
saber tooth bit right here.
as far as wood, nope.
I've had this in the package for friggin' 3 years. I haven't even opened it.
What color is it?
Orange.
Okay, so that is the extreme for Kutzall or a saber tooth.
Yeah. No, you got to buy the good company that makes those the metalworking bits. Just curve up. Trying to find the case that has the oh, these ones are all right. They're in my Amazon store. These ones are all right. See all the different shapes you get in there.
I don't know. The ones I got were some they're from some Chinese company.
Oh, they're all Chinese. Just
You
some
would
are
think
better
that they
than
just
others.
all pump them out of the same factory, but apparently they don't. Because the ones I got, I have them out in the other garage for like if I got to do some work on aluminum heads or something. But as far as wood, after I used them a couple times on wood, it seemed like they just didn't want to cut. So then I took them out to the garage, and I'm like, I had a rotor stuck, and I had to cut a bowl off, and I used one of them, and man, it buzzed right through it.
Here's the brand I use all the time. Ufu Tool. Ufu Tool? Look, they've even been inspected, just Carter Rob.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. But they've been inspected by me, and this is all I ever buy when I buy the aluminum cutting bits. Now,
So there you go. If you want good carbide burrs, right there.
the UFO tool.
UFO.
Because you'll buy other ones and you'll get like let's see here. I had it. Yeah, you'll buy other aluminum cutting bits. They say they're that are like this. But you know, look at the difference of the cutters. This is the ones that I buy. Then you get different. You know, if you buy any ones, sometimes they'll show them exactly like this, but then you'll get this. So I don't know.
I found that out. That happens quite a bit, actually.
That's right.
It's like they all use the same stock footage for their stuff.
Yeah. So, anyways, there's some information for you.
Jordy's dropping knowledge.
And I'll fight that. I'll fight it to the bitter death. Even if just carve. Oh, okay, so here's a metalworking cutter. Sorry. I'll show you the difference between the metalworking burrs and the aluminum cutting burrs. Thanks. PUMGA. Pumga. This is a metalworking burr. See how small the cutters are? This is an aluminum cutting burr. So I said, don't be confused by the two. Yep, this one, the cutters on it are way smaller than this one. This one carves like a beaver's teeth through the hardwood. So I suggest anybody out there in Australia or wherever you live where you only have access to super hardwood, get yourself these aluminum cutting burrs off Amazon. By the brand I showed you. I don't care. I don't make any money off of it. I'm just trying to show you what I think the best ones are. But Kutzall and Sabertooth are both excellent burrs. I can't compare the two of them. All I know is Sabertooth copied Kutzall.
What about Typhoon?
Typhoon probably copied Kutzall too because Kutzall was first. But I'm not sure about that. Describe Rob. Typhoon could have been before Kutzall, or maybe even Kutzall sells to Typhoon.
Now, Typhoon. The Typhoons look more like the Sabertooth than anything. Didn't Fordham have some like that too?
Yeah, but I know things that I'm not allowed to say. Kutzall sells burrs to that don't look like Kutzall burrs. Just carved Rob.
Well, you're the inside man.
Sometimes I just can't reveal everything. I have some old Typhoon burrs here. I think this might be an old Typhoon burr. I don't know, or is that a Sabertooth?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Typhoon that went with the purple colors.
Because Ford, as everybody knows, the brand Fordham, they make the Typhoon burrs. Now, before I knew about Kutzall or Sabertooth, because there's no real videos out on them, I went to my what's that place, Lee Valley, where it sells wood carving supplies here in Canada. I went to Lee Valley and bought them all out of their Typhoon burrs. Their Typhoon case was empty. I bought them all just carved raw. And I even bought them out of the Dremel. I sold them out of the Dremel flex shafts too. They had no more in stock because I kept on breaking the flex shafts, and I didn't know you could repair them. And I kept on burning out my bits because they would plug up with wet wood. For some reason, when they plug up with wet wood and you try and still carve with them, they go dull really easy when they're plugged up. So you're, like I said, I don't know when I say it, but you're better off cleaning out your burr than having it plugged up and trying to carve with it. And that comes from heavy hands.
Well, all that extra wood stuck in there makes the burr heat up, takes the temper out of the burr.
That's right, Rob. That's exactly, you're 100% correct. So you're better off using a little brush like this. Some people might be like, oh, Jordy doesn't know shit. Well, get a little file card like this, clean out your burrs. They'll last a lot longer than trying to carve with it all plugged up.
And you can get them things stupid cheap, like $8.
Yeah, I think I got like 2 for $15 on Amazon.
Yeah.
This one is a custom carving fusion one. Let's see that carving. Let's see that carving that you're working on. Just carve up. I'm getting pretty tired here. Oh, that looks like a lady for sure. It does. Great job, man.
She's gonna have her hand something like that pointed down,
Good.
like in the lotus thing.
You know what Uncle Kevin told me about carving a lady's face? The best tip that I haven't even tried to carve one in 10 years. But you know, he said the best tip he heard from a real professional, like we're talking a master carver, a lady's face always needs to be softer.
Oh yeah, I've been going over that all day with this stupid 120 grit sanding stick
I went to buy
to
those
get
things.
rid of
Those
what you
things.
got to get rid of all the hard edges, all of them.
That's right. That's right. Yep, that's what he said. I went to buy those sticks and they were expensive.
I got 5 of them for $15 off of Mountain Wood Carvers.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not paying $15 for fucking 5 pieces of plastic.
Yeah, but they're spring loaded.
Oh, okay. So, but
So you
then
can rotate the belt and it keeps tension on it. Plus, they give you a whole nother set of belts.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll buy some then. Because then I went and bought these stupid things.
I tell you, for doing tiny sanding, you can't beat that.
Oh, good.
I tried
I'll buy
making them and every other thing. That little spring-loaded hooligan in the back there keeps tension on the belt. It rotates nice and easy.
Good. Good to know. Just
like
carve Rob. That's good to know. I'll buy them when I can afford it. Just carve Rob. You want to see? I don't know if you saw the video, but I had a whole bunch of these sanding mandrels made. Did you see that video? I was preparing
You
to
had them
sand.
made?
No, well, I made them. I had like 7 of them, all brand new sanding paper on there and stuff. I
didn't
threw them
see
down.
that.
Yep. More skipping videos. Yep. Calling me out the other day. Well, guess what? This guy, Rob, you're busted. But look at this. Look at this. They're all done.
I did not skip
No,
the
Rob,
videos. I just have not got to them yet.
Yeah, Rob, look at this. They're all done.
Turned them right up, didn't you?
Yep. Carving I think it was the koi fish or one of them.
Yeah, with all the little waves that you got going in that koi fish, I could see how they would tear them up.
Yeah, but this is good Scotch-Brite. You buy your own Scotch-Brite things now too. Don't buy those little ones that are pre-made. They're garbage.
Oh, like this one here?
Yeah, they deteriorate like nothing.
Oh, that thing got ripped down to a nub in a hurry, and I only had my micro motor on like a quarter speed. That's right down to the metal ring.
Yeah, I had those. I just burnt through them. I was like garbage. I had now my Fordham. When I'm using my Fordham to sand, it's better for sanding because when you're using the flaps, where's one that's well, do I have one that's not burnt up yet? These are aggressive. They burn out your Dremel motors because they're what would the word be friction just carve rub?
Yep, that's right.
There's too much friction on it because the sandpaper's so big. But when you use your Fordham, there's no friction on your motor because it's such a heavy powered motor, so many amps. It's a lot more torquey, but you do go through the sandpaper a lot faster because there's no friction. So
it looks like it.
You go through the sandpaper a lot faster. There's no friction. So it's a win-win situation. But I am sick and tired of frying Dremels or knockoff Dremels from sanding. That's what does it. I swear by this tool. Now, this is the high spec. This is in my Amazon store. I think it's in my Amazon store. Mark lives in, I believe he lives in the Ukraine. He was asking me the link for this. But this is in between. This runs in between a Dremel 4000, a Dremel 3000, and a Dremel 4000. It has speed control. Your Dremel flex shaft does hook up to it. Rob, you know how many freaking Dremels I've melted, man. Now you can't. You know how I've had this thing for about half a year now, and it's holding up, man.
Well, that Black & Decker RTX, I don't know if they make it anymore. That
No, but that was
lasted quite a while.
yeah, that was killer. That one. Yeah, but that was like $100 and something. Just $30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I can't buy these in Canada. I can only order them off the American thing, Amazon. This sucker kicks ass. And I got a brand new Dremel. Well, not brand new, but a fairly new Dremel 4000 that David Grass bought me. I got it here, but I'm just trying to burn this one out to see how long it lasts. Anyways, I'm getting pretty tired here. Go ahead. You still
I
have
still
what,
got
Rob?
that Apex Forge one.
You use it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Rob.
It's hanging right up there with the other two. Well, we can call it if you want to.
Okay, let's call it.
All right.
Okay, thanks everybody. See you
Share,
next.
subscribe, and like. Be awesome. Carve something awesome, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right. All right.
Go over to Discard Rob's channel and subscribe.